G'day, peeps. Thought I'd do another review. I'm going to go the Gold Top Oat Cream Double IPA by Range out of Brisbane in Australia and Track from Manchester in England. I've already poured it. In the glass, like on the camera, it's very yellow, but yeah, it's definitely like a bright orange. Let's go a little smell, shall we? I'm getting like orange and lemon. There's a bit of peach there. Very sweet. Mmm. Might be like a nectarine or mandarin or something like that. Like, seems very citrus forward. Just on appearance, yeah, it's like in my camera sucks, but anyway, it's like real life, like pretty much bright orange, like I'd say light to medium body. The head like dissipated pretty quickly. I'm going to taste. Cheers, everyone. And whatever you're doing for New Year's, get into it. It's got that very like candied sort of peach feel. Cheers, Shark. Good to see you, mate. It's a little bit grassy. Just on flavour, I'm actually getting more like peach than citrus. Yeah, as far as lactose goes, I'll have to look that up. It doesn't being an oat cream, you'd have to think it would have lactose. Yeah, it does. So yeah, good call, dude. Sometimes your oat cream IPAs, they'll have like vanilla as well, like as an inclusion, like vanilla bean, but it's very tasty. You're just getting that huge like punch in the face of like citrus and stone fruit. I like, yeah, it's good too, like because a lot of hazies these days they just seem like they're just all tropical fruit, and that's all you get. It's good to get that peach and apricot and like lemon and lime and that every now and then. Yeah, ABV on this one, 8.2, so she's pretty big. It's one of those cans where, like, yeah, it's hard. Like, you look at it like that, and it's hard to sort of read everything on it. Like, yeah, it's like you sort of need that sunlight. It's a bit like my hat. But yeah, Range are unreal. They're one of our best breweries, and Track. I'll be honest, everything I've had in the UK, Track's like probably my favourite. Mm. Exactly, Shark. That shiny print. It might seem good sometimes, but when it looks good, it just, yeah, it's ridiculous. It's definitely like, I love my IPAs when they're like got that little bit of dankness and bitterness, and like this misses that. It's like more about the sweetness. I mean, sometimes sweetness is good, but especially like, yeah, like a style like this, you sort of expect it. It's definitely like well balanced, so for what it is. I feel like the hop build in this would be massive. Like there's probably so much going on. And yeah, I reckon it's one of those beers like I've only just pulled it out of the fridge. I feel like if I sort of just let it sit for a while, it'd probably change slightly. Are you drinking at the moment, Shark? And of course, I've got proper glassware. You'll find that with my channel, most beers, like especially Aussie breweries, I'm gonna have the proper stuff to put it in. So that's pretty cool. One of those people, I've just got way too many glasses in my kitchen. Like it's ridiculous. It's getting out of hand. But it's a hobby and I love it. So yeah, what the go is with these range beers for their I think it was just a Christmas celebration. They did five different ones. And they were all collabs. One was with One Drop out of Sydney, one was with Bracket out of Sydney, one was with Green Cheek out of California, and then they had one with Banks from Melbourne, which is one of my favourite breweries. So that was cool. And then yeah, this is from Track, like out of the UK. And as I said earlier, like Track, everything I've had from Track's been banging. Like they're definitely one of the best UK breweries I've tried. It's sort of yeah that you have particular stuff, and you know that it's like on that elite level, and that's yeah that's where they sit for me. But like range, yeah, range like most of the ranges stuff is at that same sort of spot as well. Yeah, collabs are a massive thing. I've found in Australia too, like it's yeah, like I feel like in Australia all the top level breweries are all mates with each other. So you'll get heaps of stuff where it's like, oh yeah, we're hanging out with them in this city and we're doing this, and it's like, yeah, it's cool. Especially too because like there's probably four breweries that come to mind that like are my favourites, and they're always hanging out with each other. So yeah, it's just exciting to see what you're going to get. I mean, most of the time it's hazies, which is annoying. I love when you see like a Westie or a lager or a stout sort of pop up because it's, yeah, I just get sick of hazies all the time. See, even this whole Christmas like selection from Range, as epic as it is with the five different breweries, every beer was a hazy. It's like, come on, like Would have been good to see like even a sour or a stout or a lager or something. I have to start showing some comments on the screen. I keep forgetting about it. So yeah, our glassware. I think something like this, I would have like ordered a couple of beers and then got it for like probably $12. I feel like our glassware is like reasonably priced, like considering how expensive our beers and stuff are. Yeah, the old collabs. I always love it when Range, because like, yeah, this is Range. They're from Brisbane. Range and Mountain Culture, which is everyone knows that I love Mountain Culture. They're from like sort of west of Sydney. And then Banks from Melbourne, which is down where I am. Whenever like those three sort of like get together, it's fucking awesome. Yeah, for sure. And like in that Cali area, dude, like I could imagine there'd be like some tight knit sort of friends and stuff. It's probably a lot of people that have worked at like they've worked at one brewery and then they've gone to another and yeah, green like how did Green Cheek go? Are they like as far as different styles, do they mix it up? Have they got like good lager program? And I've never like really heard of like a green cheek stout or a green cheek sour. Joshua, how the fucker? Welcome to my chat. But yeah, I reckon I had a similar collab from Track and Range maybe a year ago because I know that Range have sort of travelled the UK and they've hung out with some breweries over there and done some festivals and that. And yeah, I remember whatever I had last time was really good. There was a very similar beer to this. Like if you're into your hazies and you love like sweetness and that, it's like, yeah, this is banging. Cheers, Shredder. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, that's good. That's what you want with the brewery. Like they mix it up, do a heap of styles. Yeah. I feel like that's the case with most breweries though. Like, the people want the IPAs, so give the people the IPAs. Hope you and the family are good, Shredder. Dude, it's one of those. I don't know. It's like one of those niche markets. I feel like in Australia there are some beer reviewers. I mean, there's one that always pops up, and he's like not that far from where I am. He's like based in sort of like Ballarat, which is like an hour north of me. But he's he's that character that sort of takes the piss, and it's like he's sort of jovial and funny in that, but a lot of the beers he has are rubbish. Yeah, I respect him, but I sort of don't respect him, if you get what I mean. Like, I feel like he's funny and his videos are good, but like at the end of the day, like if you're a real craft beer nerd, he's probably not the person you're looking for, if you get what I mean. Yeah, there's so many people that are like beer nerds in Australia, but yeah, maybe on Instagram, but yeah, YouTube's just. I feel like YouTube's very. I don't know. It's sort of like a minority thing in Australia. It's probably so much bigger in America. Cheers, dude. Thanks for chiming in. Yeah, definitely. When it comes to any beer, like especially like doing live reviews, that's my jam. That's where it's fun. Like when you have a beer, especially because like I'm on the other side of the world to everyone else. So if I can get a beer, like say Josh, for example, there's been plenty of times me and him have had the same beer and we're like, fuck it, let's do a review. And yeah, there's just something really cool about it. Being able to share a beer with a mate on the other side of the world and sort of give your thoughts. And yeah, yeah. I mean, you can do the same with food and that, I guess. But one thing I love about the beer community is like people don't give a shit about like numbers, like when it comes to subscribers and views and likes and all that shit. When you step into the, I feel like when you step into the beer world on YouTube, it's like you go in knowing that your channel's only reaching a niche market. It's very small, and you do it sort of more for the passion than the numbers. If anyone's still in the chat, as far as hazy IPAs go, do you like a little bit of bitterness and dryness, or do you just like all fruit and sweetness? Yeah, definitely, Shark. But I must say, when it comes to the beer community, it's very like close knit, and most people are like good friends. And like, yeah, you'll find everyone looks out for each other, and if someone comes in trying to be like trying to troll people and that, people are very like, I don't know, sort of like protective and look out for each other. It's good. I reckon score wise on this one, it's a tough one. Yeah, definitely, Shark. Like I'm way more of a West Coast man than New England, like. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, when I get a good hazy, like, I love it, but, like, a banging West Coast, that's one of my favourite styles. I just love, yeah, like, anything really piney and dank and bitter. It's just like, yeah, there's just something about it, like, that moreish sort of, like, keeping you want to drink more sort of thing. Whereas a lot of the juicy beers, you'll have one that's like, yeah, I don't really want another. But I mean, when I had Pliny yesterday, for example, I reckon I could have had about 6 of them in a row. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've always been sort of like that. That's one thing for me. It's like when you do a review of a beer, it's like, what do you think of it, and then would you buy it again? This beer for sure. Like I'd yeah, I'd pull the trigger straight away. It's pretty good. Out of the series of the 5, I've probably rated this one the highest. So range and track. And then I reckon my second favourite would be the range and banks. Third would probably be the green sheet collab, the one that, yeah, I talked to you, Shark, about trying to get. And then, yeah, the other two, probably the bracket one. And then the bracket one was still pretty good. It was like just as good as the green cheek, but the something about the one drop one I'd give, like, that'd be my least favourite. It just wasn't on that same level as the others. You're always going to get that, like, 5 different beers. There's always going to be some that aren't quite as good. Mountain Lifestyle 2025. Get around it. Yeah, I can't even remember. I don't think I gave this a score, but it'd probably be around, out of 5. Like, say if you were rating it on Untapped, man, it's tough. It'd be around the 4.6 mark, I reckon. Like, it's really good. Maybe just a bit more body and, like, a bit more balance with the, like, maybe a little more like bitterness over sweetness. But flavour wise, it's so good. Yeah, it's like that. You're getting like that sort of citrus and stone fruit, like candy. Yeah, as I've said, like earlier, and like other posts and that, like both range and track, they're so good. Like two of my favourite breweries, and like, yeah, and like honestly, I'd hold them up against anything in America. I really wish a lot of Americans could try stuff range from Australia and track from America because they'd be like, fuck, or there's other shit out there that's just as good as like your treehouse and your trillium and your monkish and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, exactly, dude. I might even do another another live review after this one. I've just got so much hype at the moment. It's like shit. But yeah, I like the live reviews because obviously I'm only just starting, so not many people are going to be like subscribed or part of it or whatever. But I just like the raw saying what you think and like, yeah, you can't take it back. And you can, the main thing for me is just interacting with people while you're reviewing. It's cool. For me, like the whole beer journey is like about friendship and interacting with people and like banter and that. Like there's a lot of YouTubers out there, they just strive for numbers, and that's like the least of my worries. I couldn't give a fuck about that. Yeah, for sure. What time is it where you are, Shark? I mean, dude, if you want to jump on, go for your life. I'll send you a link. I was on a stream earlier and some dickhead said something about coming from New Zealand. Like, come on, man. No worries, dude. I'm actually considering doing a Fightins or a Monkish after this. Just pumping out the live reviews. What are your thoughts? Do you reckon like it's a good thing just doing like live stuff? I just like the fact you just jump on, you say what you think about a beer, and you interact with people, and then it's done. It's pretty easy. Obviously I'll do the occasional like big live hangouts and stuff because got plenty of mates that want to join, so that'd be cool. Yeah, yeah, cool, dude. Yeah, I just feel like I don't know, like at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck what people think about me. Like, doesn't worry me at all. So, like, when it comes to like doing reviews and stuff, I don't know, I actually like the fact that if you do live, it's like natural and you're saying what you think and you're interacting with the people that come in. Like, I don't know, there's something like, yeah, it's like, I don't know what the word is for it, but it's cool. I'm going to have a little whiskey. Yeah, that's the only thing. Yeah, totally agree, dude. Like, for example, last night the piney one I did, it went for probably 40 minutes, and it's like, yeah, it's probably a bit too long. People want to see you like review a beer, and if they're a fan of like the person you are, and like you talk shit and that, it's like they want to hear you just crack on about everyday stuff because yeah, it's cool. Just like because you sort of relate to shit that people talk about in their everyday life. But yeah, when it's going for like nearly 40 minutes, it's a little bit too much. Yeah, exactly. Rob's a good dude. He knows his stuff. I'll have to make sure to chime in. So it's never. I mean, most people that know me well know I talk a lot of shit, and I'm obviously, yeah, like, yeah, I don't really, nothing really phases me and stuff. So it's like, yeah, I say what I think, and I'm pretty sort of confident. Nothing really worries me. So yeah, it can be a good thing. The whole live scene. I can totally understand when you go live and you're sort of shy and you're nervous. It'd be hard. This bad boy is pretty tasty. Have you had the Long Branch Sharky? I don't know if you've had many like spirits or what, but I might even close this bad boy down and do another beer review. I've got so much hype in the fridge. Yeah, exactly. And like someone like a classic example for me is Raggy. Raggy from the UK is one of those dudes, in my opinion, his knowledge is like not as good as like so many other UK beer reviewers. But and saying his beers are generally like pretty average. But he does live reviews and he's got a really like warming, like, I don't know, like a charismatic personality, and like you want to keep watching, and that's, yeah, like, I love that shit. And I feel like I've got, as far as beers go, I've got like pretty much hype. I've got probably more hype than a lot of other people, and don't want to sound cocky, but my knowledge of beer is pretty good as well. So like you get some like hype beers and a bit of knowledge and like interaction with the peeps. I just feel like live reviews are where it's at. Cheers, Stuart. I reckon Stuart's the boy I recently met in Geordie's, and I've still got to subscribe back to. So, cheers, dude. I'll get on to that once I get off here. Thanks for chiming in, brother. This is only like one of my early live streams. Hope all is well where you're at. I'm on a Long Branch whiskey by Wild Turkey. Quite enjoyable. But yeah, I'm considering doing another beer review because beer's where it's at for me. And I've got so much good stuff in my fridge. So just doing the occasional live beer review be cool. Woo! That shit puts hairs on your chest, boys and girls. So I should probably finish her up. There it is. Look at that. Ooh. If only that, like, you look at that like that and it looks terrible. And then it's like, ooh. A little bit of sunlight. So, yeah. Collab between one of my favourite Aussie breweries, Range, out of Brisbane. One of my favourite UK breweries, Track, out of the UK. It's called Gold Top Oat Cream Double IPA, or DIPA, as we like to call it. I'd probably give it a score of about, probably be around the 4.6 mark. It's pretty fucking good. So, yeah. Huge tropical and citrus, even stone fruit. It's got lactose in it, but it's not too intense. It's quite sweet, but you're also getting that grassiness and like a little bit of bitterness on the finish. Just seems like it's like they've used experimental hops and stuff, and just seems like it's like, for what it is, it's well balanced, and it's like, I feel like if you're a hazy boy, you would drink this and just be like, woof, this is unreal. So yeah, get around it. Cheers, Shark. Cheers, Stuart, dude. Anyone that pops up in the chat or like gives a like or leaves a comment, whatever, like, yeah, I just appreciate it all. It's like, for me, it's all about the community and getting to meet people and friends and banter, and like, I just love the fact that I can share beers with people that are on a different side of the world. Like, it's so cool. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm exiting, and I'll probably be back with another beer maybe shortly. So, cheers, legends.